She knows things, Hub, about how you
Die.
I'm really excited to talk about this show. I binged the entirety of season 1 yesterday and was just hooked from start to finish. It's funny. It's action packed. I loved it. Now, first and foremost, I want to talk about how Cade comes at an interesting point in your life and that you yourself are becoming a young adult and you're figuring out your own self-identity. What was it like? Did you find any parallels or things that you could pull from your own life going into your performances, Cade?
I mean, certainly. I think more so with Cade than most other characters I've played, because Cade has a lot of these qualities that I strive to have and a lot of goals that I also have. I mean, the music thing was the most glaring for me. Cade has obviously these aspirations to be a musician, which was really appealing to me when I was looking at the story, because I'm a musician and I'm an actor, but I've never been able to bridge those two. So there was that, which was great. I could really draw on the experience of wanting to stand out as a musician. Obviously, Cade's is more hyper localized with wanting to stand out to his father as a musician, and but there is that. I mean, that's universal. But I do think Cade is so stalwart in his defense of his family, and oftentimes to a fault is forgiving, and he loves his family so much to the point where, I mean, he's willing to drop everything and fight some demons, no questions asked, for his father, which is something I think I like to have. I grew up in a traveling circus as an acrobat with my family, and I mean, in the same way, we really trust each other and put each other's lives in each other's hands. And there is that trust and that fierce loyalty there that I think I also have.
So while you do have that with your mom, at the very least in this show, obviously things are a little more strained with Bud. And
Exactly.
I'd love to hear what it was like finding the rhythms with Kevin, in discussions and Walt during filming.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin is a phenomenal scene partner in that he has the experience that just puts everyone at ease on the set, but also he's extremely collaborative. And I think the music part of the show was really helpful in generating a connection and facilitating a rapport between everyone. Because just as me and Kevin are both musicians, Cade and Hub are both musicians, and that music is a universal language. So one of the most important scenes to me was that scene in episode 7 with the playing of Will the Circle Be Unbroken. That's really one of the first moments you see Cade let down his guard to his father, truly, and just kind of surrenders himself to his family. And that music, the work on the music and the constant talking about it and the sending ideas back and forth with that music was just super helpful in generating a relationship there between everyone in the family. I mean, music really does have that power, which I think is so useful to bring into a set.
I love that the music had as much of a thematic purpose as just an aesthetic one in this show. And I can't wait for people to dive in. Now, I know I'm coming close to time, so before I let you go, I'm also a big Reacher fan. So I've missed seeing you as young Reacher. There's still a lot in that character's backstory I feel like we could explore. Have you had any thoughts or talks with Nick Santora about possibly coming back?
I haven't, but Nick's awesome. Nick's great. I loved my time on that set. So I haven't had talks with them, but the show's great. I continue to watch it, and Alan is so fun to watch. I can't wait to see what that show has in store. If they need me back, I'll be there.
I must say I'm a big fan of both of yours. I love this show. It is such a fun ride from start to finish. But first and foremost, I'm a big fan of Donnie Darko. It's still in my top 10 of all time. So
Well, you're in the right company.
I was going to say, I'm probably not the first to mention that today, but I would love to hear, this is something of a reunion for you both.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
What was it like when you heard that each other were going to be in the show, and then that first day when you saw each other on set?
I don't know when you heard, but when I heard, I screamed out loud.
I was so
because
excited.
I loved her so much in that movie. We didn't have much to do together. We were actually in that rolling shot when we first go to school, but we didn't have a scene together per se. But I loved her. And I always said she was the heart of the movie. She's the one innocent, the one true heart of the film. And that dance that she does, I just love it. And I've watched the movie a few times. So I've loved her. I've watched her career for 25 years. And when they said Jolene Purdy, I went, what? And shut up.
Shut up. That's what I thought when I heard you in it. I was like there was just a warmth that came over me, and it was the same warmth when we had the table read, which can sometimes be a little intimidating, right? And you're a little nervous. But as soon as I walked into that, it was like a small theater, right? As soon as I walked in, Beth jumped up from her chair and just open arms and just light in her face welcomed me, and it felt like I could breathe, right? Walking into this intimidating environment.
Well, and you accepted that hug and that look.
Course.
But I mean, it was a spontaneous.
Good hugs.
It was spontaneous, unexpected, and joyous. And honestly, today we've been doing interviews, and I love her even more today than I ever did.
Me too. We're fun. We're fun together.
We like getting to know each other. But I really have loved her for a long time, so it's just magical. I can't believe it. It pinched me. It's just unbelievable. And Kevin and I were in Flatliners together, but didn't have a scene. And so I always felt like I was 1 degree or 0 degrees? Anyway, from him. And when everybody would talk about it, I'd say, oh, well, I've been there. But I loved him since Diner. And then watching him in this role. Now,
So
I don't know. Tell me if you agree with this. I just think it's an extraordinary performance. I mean, not just like a great TV performance, but this is like nuanced. I mean, he does action, humor, heart,
blood,
guilt, blood, gore. I mean,
the love,
all those stunts he does,
and leading us in all of it too,
and being a loving father to all of us. Really, I mean, he would have us over for brunch. He would make guacamole, and
it was hot. He made sure we had ice cream to cool down. Like, just so thoughtful.
A true leader. So he made it easy and loving, and so the family feeling was fantastic. But his acting work is just superb to me. I would just put it up against anything.
But yours too. Like, I feel like the scene that we all had together, I found myself, we were talking about this earlier, that you kind of find yourself floating out and you're watching the other people like as if you're watching a TV show. Not that they're actors in a scene that you're supposed to be present in. You're just watching the show because they're just so good. And then when it comes time for you to deliver your performance, they're so good that you don't have to work. It's not work. Our cast is incredible. Our creative team is amazing, and they created a world that was easy to play in.
Yeah, great dialogue, great structure. And this one with her little sweet face, and she's talking about, work for the devil, and you're going to go back to hell if you don't.
Just put one in the brain. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
I loved Maggie's offbeat personality, and I think people are going to get a kick out of it as well. I see I've got to wrap up already, so I am going to get on out of here. But no, it's all good. I loved watching the joy between the two of you, and I'm going to get the word out there about this show so we can get a season 2 and see you two continue to work together. So thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Screen rant.
Just put one in the brain. You'll see, hopefully, for all of us.